Today's country and your all-time favorites, 95.1 The Bull. Our community conversation today brought to you by Floyd County Medical Center, online at fcmc.us.com. Joining us here on Finally Friday today, we have from New Hampton Community Schools and Coach Dennis Pagel joining us. Dennis, thanks for joining us here today.
Well, thank you for having me in here today. It's a very beautiful day, Rob.
Absolutely. Couldn't ask for a better one. And as long as we don't mention the four-letter word, we should be in the clear.
There's a lot of those that we might got to be careful with, probably.
Yeah, most definitely. So we spoke via email here a couple of days ago about, it's getting to that time of year where we hear more and more about Lift-a-Thon. So let's go ahead and talk about it today.
Yeah, the Lettermen Letterette co-sponsor what we have as our Lift-a-Thon, which is a fundraiser to help raise funds for our weight room improvements and or updating some of the stuff with the funds that we do raise. So coaches, sponsors come up with a list of things, hopefully in between now and the time that the deadline comes for the funds to be turned in. The actual Lift-a-Thon date will be on Wednesday, March 20th, and that's for 7th through 12th grade female and male students. Not just student athletes, but anyone who wants to lift and help fundraise for that would be very much appreciated. So forms are being distributed to those 7th through 12th grade students through different meetings and so forth that we're having. And when we lift, the 7th and 8th grade will start at 3:45 on the 20th. And then the girls will start around 5 and the high school girls will start around 5 and the high school boys around 5:15. That will be held in our weight room. And what they do is now they're going out looking for donations in the form of either a flat amount or a sponsor that maybe is going to donate so much a pound based on how much they lift, and then calculate how much is obviously going to need to be submitted or donated as a result of what the lift comes to be. So we give them a 2-week turnaround for when the money is due. So the money is not due back to Wednesday, April 3rd. And if they write a check, they need to write the check to New Hampton Community Schools, and they can get the money turned into myself, Mrs. Anderson, one Letterette sponsors, Mr. Romas, or Mr. Furix, our activities director. So appreciate anyone out there that's helped support that in the past, and any business or individual or families in the community that would be willing to help support that when our athletes are going out, or students, I should say, are going out to look for donations. We'd appreciate you helping support that cause. And as I said, that money is used to support and help either improve some of the stuff in the weight room that gets worn out and or purchase some different equipment. Unfortunately, we don't raise the funds we need for like a new room. It'd be nice to get a bigger weight room, but that's going to take a lot of money. So if anyone out there wants to help with that, we'd be greatly appreciated. Help build a new weight room and a bigger weight room, because obviously the one we have serves a purpose, but it's not as large as we'd like to see. And it gets very busy, which is a good thing, especially during the summer months and off season and so forth. So it is used year round. Appreciate the coaches and sponsors that help obviously supervise that and keep that updated as much as we can.
We're speaking with Dennis Pagel here from New Hampton Community Schools on 95.1 The Bull. And when you mentioned with Lift-a-Thon there, is there like a set minimum, maximum they need to do for lifting, or is it like a deadlift they need to do?
I'm glad you asked that question. We actually use the bench press as our actual lift. They get 4 attempts at a 1-rep max. So they warm up and then they get 4 tries to try to see as much as they can lift. And then if someone's sponsoring them so much a pound, then whatever their max is, they take that times whatever they decide they want to sponsor them at. As I said, they can give a flat amount as well. So I'm glad you mentioned that as well, because that's what we use. And people are invited to come out and watch it on the night of Wednesday, March 20th in the weight room. Excuse me, but the kids would be coming around here, and hopefully some have already started. So maybe some of you have already been contacted in the community about hopefully donating toward that cause.
All right, most definitely. Another thing to talk about here, I know we kind of briefly touched base last time we spoke about the carnival raffle that is back again, coming for this year.
Yeah, the elementary has a once a year fundraiser, which we have actually, we call it the elementary raffle fundraiser. And right now we actually are looking for donations, whether it be monetary donations and or raffle items from businesses, community people, individuals, and so forth. And we're looking to use those items when we do our actual raffle drawing. Kids will start selling raffle tickets early March, and those will be due latter part of March. And we'll have a drawing live via Facebook on Friday, April 12th at 3:45. But right now we're looking for donations, either, as I said, monitor our raffle items, and anyone can step up and either contact the school at 641-394-5858, and let us know what you'd like to do for that. We've had already quite a few people and businesses step up and already made donations. We appreciate that support they give us. As I said, this is the only fundraiser we have for the elementary, and it helps support a lot of the programs that we have our kids obviously partake in, and doing different activities throughout the year with the kids, as far as having like performances from the Gallagher Blue Dorn Theater come in, and different items that we use for our tribe rewards and so forth. So we very much do appreciate all the money that is obviously raised benefits the kids directly in the classroom for different classroom supplies and so forth as well. And as I said, without the support from the community, as well as our businesses, as well as our patrons and families, we would not be able to do some of the things we're able to do and have some of the supplies we have. So we appreciate the support we've had in the past, and hopefully we have the support moving forward.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that carnival happens usually towards the end of the school year?
We actually, the carnival, that we call it a raffle. We used to have a carnival in the evenings, but now we do an internal carnival where we do that during the school day. And last year we brought that back in. It's usually the last day of school. So this is the actual fundraiser. It's a raffle fundraiser, but we do an internal carnival in the school for the PK4 students. And last year we had some community people come in and help us, step up with that, because we need lots of hands to help that be successful as well. And then so we have some high school kids that come down from the high school to help run that as well. So that's usually the last day of the school year, but that's not really the fundraiser part. The fundraiser is the raffle that we have going on here.
It's a good way to kind of just differentiate between the two there. So Dennis Pagel again joining us here on the Morning Roundup. I spoke with Rick Kramer yesterday, and of course we were talking briefly about the Lions wrestling tournament off air, and I know that happened last December, and wanted to get your thoughts on how.
Well, I have to laugh when you mentioned the name Rick Kramer. I thought maybe he'd probably share it. There's nothing left for me to share. Hopefully he's listening.
He told me to talk to you about that.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, our Lions wrestling tournament was held in December. That's one of our, obviously we have about 4 major fundraisers as Lions Club, one being our scrap metal drive, which is usually in September. Then we have the Lions wrestling tournament. Actually, before that, we have our Lions pie soup sales, is usually October, November. And then we have our Lions wrestling tournament, which was held in December. Usually it's the second Saturday of December, around that time frame. Anyway, with that being said, we really had a great turnout, and the money that we do raise in our fundraiser directly affects our local community. We put a lot of money back into our community, either through building different projects. The most recent one was, of course, the visitor side press box that the Lions built this last fall at the football stadium. And then, of course, the fundraiser we have going on right now is our pancake French toast sales. And I'm assuming Rick Kramer probably mentioned that already. That will be on Sunday, March 10th at the high school, serving from 8 to 12:30. So we appreciate anyone that would like to support us in that endeavor. And a lot of the money raised for that is being earmarked to the schools, both the public school and the St. Joe's. I know the public school is using the money toward some different things, which the campaign Stop the Bleed. And maybe Rick mentioned that, so I won't go in a lot of details, but the Lions are actually helping fund some of the supplies that go in those kits that will be in each classroom. So we appreciate the support the Lions give for that. But obviously, without the support from the community, we won't be able to do these things. So we appreciate very much those people that step up and support our cause for our fundraiser with our Lions Pancakes French toast sales, which is coming up. Actually, they can buy them in advance at $8 in advance. Kids 12 and under are free will donation. They can also buy at the door. They're only a few cents, 50 cents higher, but we appreciate having a kind of an advance notice on how many we were going to have prior, so we know what kind of items and supplies we should have on hand.
And I'd also like to add to that Rick wanted me to mention this. In order to basically around this time of year for that breakfast there, we like to have the whole city just kind of pack the cafeteria, because all these proceeds will not only go to the New Hampton Community School classrooms, as he said, also St. Joe's and Little Sprouts Daycare also filling those classrooms with those first aid kits.
And like I said, without the support from our Community Lions Club, we'd not be able to do a lot of the things that we do within our community. So we really appreciate those people that support our service projects and our club as far as our fundraisers.
Very good. Dennis Pagel again joining us here on the Morning Roundup. Another thing to mention here that we have, another thing you wanted to mention, Dennis?
Yeah, actually, since you have me come out and on the air, usually you and I try to recap or try to cover some things that are coming up. And one thing that's coming up is our parent-teacher conferences. And actually, the site opens today for parents to get on and sign up for a time that best fits their schedule. And the site will close at 8 a.m. on March 4th. So it's just kind of letting parents in the community know that we appreciate they'd step up and sign up, so that way they get the time that best fits their schedule. If for some reason that doesn't happen, they get signed up for what times are available. that the office assigns them to. So it's best if they can sign up ahead of time. And that is a site that obviously opens today and closes on March 4th. So if there's troubles for the parents getting signed up, they can call the elementary office or the middle school office or the high school office to get signed up through the office, and they can help facilitate you and walk you through that as well. Mm-hmm. So we appreciate all the support. The conference are actually March 12th and March 14th.
Very good. Well, thanks, Dennis, for supporting all that information for us here on behalf of New Hampton Community Schools and the New Hampton Lions as well. Final words before we take off for the weekend this morning.
No, but actually, I appreciate you guys giving us time to be on air and obviously promote these things, and obviously it's just remind some of the people in the community what we have going on in the great community we all live in New Hampton. And boy, the weather has been unreal for this time of year. I mean, kind of scary in a way when it's this kind of weather this time of the year for February. It should be cooler and a little bit white on the ground, but we had some drought issues going on. It looks like Northeast Iowa still has a big drought extreme areas.
Yeah. Hopefully the groundhog is right here. We'll have that early spring before you know it's feeling like it already.
Yeah. Well, will March come in like a
lion out like a lamb. That's right.
That's right around the corner. Next Friday, I think, is March 1st.
Very good. Well, Dennis, again, thanks a lot for joining us here this morning on the Morning Roundup.
Oh, thank you, and very much appreciated.
Very good. Dennis Pagel joining us here on 95.1 The Bull. Our community conversation brought to you by Floyd County Medical Center on 95.1 The Bull.